What's up, people? All right, time to do a little learning. All right. Seems like a lot of people have trouble with options. I'm gonna try to help you. Let's do this. Look, an option is a contract written by a seller or a writer. That is what it's. I mean, that's who it comes from. Okay. They do what's called sell to open. So they write the contract and they sell it to somebody, and they call that an open position because all the funds aren't settled. It's an open position. Um, there's two different types. There is a call option, which means you call a certain number of shares from the guy who wrote the contract. And then there's a put option, which means you put 100 shares on the table. That's why they have those terms, of the guy who sold you the option. This guy will charge you a premium to buy the option. That's where he makes his money. Now, he's basically hoping that you, as a buyer, end up not exercising the option. What does exercising the option mean? It means that you will actually call uh, the however many shares it is at whatever price the options contract said you could buy the shares at, or you'll sell, however many shares it is at whatever price the contract says. They're usually 100 shares each. Every option contract they usually sell in 100 share increments. So he's hoping you don't do that because if you do, you're probably doing it to make a profit, and you're going to be making that profit at his expense. So when he writes a contract, he is charging you a premium, and he's hoping that it does not work out for you. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so what's the difference between a call and a put option? Okay, a call option. Oh wait, let's put it this way: how are you gonna make money off a call option and a put option? There's a lot of different ways, but the basic way, if you buy a call option, you buy a contract that says you can buy 100 shares from the option contract writer at a certain price, and you're hoping the price of whatever stock it is a contract for will go up in price, so you can buy 100 shares for cheaper and sell it to the market at a higher price for a profit margin. Okay. A put is the opposite. You hope the price goes down so you can buy from the market at a low price and sell it to the writer for a higher price for a profit. Okay, so that's primarily why options contracts even exist. It's kind of like futures, if you know how futures work, but it's an option to buy or to sell to the writer. Okay, and then there's another way you can make money off of options contracts. You could be like this guy. You could write the contracts, sell them, get the premium, and hope if you sell a call option that the price goes down. This is relevant because if the price goes down, you have the option to buy it at a certain price, and the price goes down. You're not gonna exercise the contract and buy it at a higher price, because you can buy it from the market at a cheaper price. If you buy a put option and the price goes up, you're not going to exercise it because you're not going to buy it at a higher price and sell it to this guy for a lower price. So basically, if you buy a call option or you buy a put option and it goes the opposite way of what you want, the option basically becomes worthless because you're not going to do either of those things. So he'll just make money selling you the option for a premium. So it's basically like gambling, dude. I mean, you can see that. But the second main way, that secondary, that's why I wrote that, Primary, the whole thing I just explained was primary. Secondary, what we're about to explain, is to basically buy an option from somebody who already bought it from the writer. You can buy it directly from the writer even. You could just you can buy an option and you can sell it again at an even higher premium to make a profit. Okay, see what I'm saying? So let's say you have a call option to buy 100 shares at a certain price. If the price of that stock goes up, it's worth more because there's that much of more of a profit margin. Same thing with a put. If the price goes down enough, it's worth more because there's more potential profit there. And so the premiums will increase in value. And so you might have bought it at a low premium, and as the price goes up or price goes down for a call option and a put option respectively, the premium will increase and you can sell it at a higher premium and make a profit right there. And that's what you see a lot of people doing. And then anybody down the line can exercise the option at any time. Most people, it seems like they wait till it expires. When it expires, they hope it's what they call in the money. So basically, like I said, it was a call option. You want it to be, up in price, so you can buy 100 shares at a low price and sell it to the market at a high price, or the opposite of the put. That's what they call in the money. If it's out of the money, it'll expire worthless, and that's basically what I just explained. If it's a call option, the price goes down, you're not gonna buy it from this guy, and then what is at a price that is higher than what the market's at, and the opposite with a put. So that's basically what it's all about. You got your what do you call them, the Greeks. Those are just little terms. You can look them up. I know what they mean. I just don't even think it's relevant to this. This right here is just to give you the general outline, basically like the motion of these contracts. One thing that was key to me was I guess this whole thing was it was something I was trying to wrap my head around when I was first learning, and I got it, and I haven't seen anybody really explain it like this. I kind of had to like pick pieces from everywhere, and so this is basically just like a general diagram. The reason that the terms even exist, call and put, is because it comes from the trading room floor. And so people would literally like call. They'd be like, "Yo, 100 shares, give me an option." They would call from the trader table of this guy, the trading table of this guy, and then they would put 100 shares over here. So basically, you had that option to call those shares or put those shares on his trading table. So it's an old term. It makes sense, most old terms do. So yeah, primary is going straight from the writer, the seller, to a buyer, and the whole function is to make a profit off of a changing stock price. And then a secondary is basically selling from buyer to buyer and probably trying to make a profit off of the change in the premium. And eventually somebody at the end who's holding onto the contract when it expires, or just whoever wants to exercise at any time, can hopefully make some money off of it. But like I said, the writer, he hopes you're not in the money. You know what I'm saying? He hopes he does not have to cough up 100 shares of anything or buy 100 shares from you. That's what they call an assignment, and that works in a certain way. There's a little bit extra, but basically, if somebody actually exercises the option to either buy 100 shares or to sell 100 shares, he will be assigned that duty to fulfill that contract. And if it expires out of the money, or nobody exercises it before it expires out of the money, I guess if it expires out of the money, you just say that. Then yeah, he'll be good. He don't. But really, there's a little bit more to it. If you're a seller and you have a specific term on the contract, there's usually like a number of similar contracts, and if somebody actually exercises their option, they actually randomly assign it to one of the people that wrote that type of contract. So even if your specific contract was passed down 100 times and it expired out of the money, if somebody else with a similar contract actually exercised theirs, then you could get assigned. It's like a random thing, so you gotta be aware of that. But if you're just getting into this, I suggest you only buy and sell and maybe exercise the contracts. I don't suggest being a writer right off the bat because there's a lot of risk involved. There's risk. I mean, really, if you're a buyer, all you can really lose at most is the premium that you bought the contract for. If it expires out of the money, it expires out of the money. You know what I mean? If you're a seller, there can be some major changes in stock price, and you're gonna have to cover that. It can get crazy, and so there's a lot of risk involved. But so generally speaking, that is a general outline that I think can help people understand the process, the motion of options, contracts, and really, I mean, it's helpful. It's good. I know it's good. So there you go. Hope this was helpful to you. I mean, I know somebody's gonna get some use out of it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. So do your thing, kick some butt, make some money, and like and subscribe, and do that. So I'm out.